Michael Edom was already one of the best hands at Mechanic Village, Yuyo. He had a smooth chocolate complexion, well-built shoulders from years of lifting engines, and a calmness that made customers trust him. But inside, Michael carried a quiet insecurity. He had been judged many times. Mechanic? No future. He's too rough. I can't date someone like that. So, he stopped expecting love. It was a humid Thursday morning. The sun was bright, the air thick with the smell of oil, iron, and roasted corn from a nearby woman's stand. Michael was wiping grease off his hands when a blue Honda Civic pulled in. The driver stepped out. Her name was Tarila, light-skinned, tall, stylish, confident. The type of woman people assumed would never step foot in a place like this. Her car had overheated. Michael walked towards her, expecting that look, that slight pullback people gave when they saw grease stains on his shirt. But Tarila surprised him. She smiled warmly and said, "Good morning. Please, can you help me?" Not "Hey mechanic," not "Are you sure you know this work?" Just respect. Michael nodded. "Yes ma. Let me check it." As he opened the bonnet, she stood beside him, not far away like most clients. She leaned in, curious, asking questions. "Why is it overheating? What are you checking? How long will it take?" She wasn't afraid of the grease. She wasn't acting like she was above him, and that alone shook something inside him. Halfway through repairs, the sky darkened. Suddenly, a heavy downpour. Mechanic Village scattered. Everyone ran to cover. Michael quickly pulled a bench under the zinc roof and gestured, "Come and sit here before you get drenched." Tarila didn't hesitate. They sat side by side under the noisy zinc shelter. The rain was falling like drumming fingers, and then they started talking. It began with small talk, then life, then dreams, then fears. She told him she just moved to Yuyo for work. He told her he had been fixing cars since age 13. She asked him, "Do people look down on you because of your job?" He laughed, a bit shy. "Almost every day." She shook her head slowly. "That's their ignorance. Skill is skill. Hard work is hard work. You should be proud." No one had ever told him that, not like this, not with such sincerity. Michael felt something warm break open in his chest. The rain ended. Michael finished fixing her car. When he told her the price, she didn't bargain aggressively like most customers. She even said, "Your work is neat. You deserve more." As she was about to leave, she hesitated, rolled down her window, and asked, "Can I have your number, for future servicing?" She smiled, "But also for talking." For a moment, Michael froze. Women like her don't ask men like him for their number. That was the rule he had built in his head, but here she was. He gave her the number, and she drove off, not knowing she had completely shaken his world. Days passed. Texts turned into calls, calls into visits, visits into shared meals, laughter, and late-night conversations. She never treated him like he was less. She never cared about the dirt under his nails or the grease on his shirt. She didn't flinch when he showed her his workshop. She didn't judge his background. And one evening, after closing work, Michael confessed, "I used to think no one would ever love a mechanic." Tarila held his hand and said, "Love doesn't check your job, love checks your heart." Michael felt tears sting behind his eyes. For the first time, he believed he was worthy. Months later, everyone in Mechanic Village knew her. She visited often, bringing food, smiling, chatting with his colleagues. People teased him, calling her Madam Mechanic. But Michael didn't mind, because in a place full of grease, noise, and broken engines, he had found something rare: love, pure, patient, and without discrimination.